Have you ever wondered why it's easy for some creators to build their personal brand? So the secret isn't posting more content, but it's telling better stories. Now, if you want to build a personal brand and make money from it, you need to master the art of storytelling. So by the end of this video, you are going to understand the foundations of storytelling so that you build the personal brand. And the best element about this foundation is that anyone can use them if they simply understand how they work. But before we start, let me share with you the story how I came to realize that storytelling is the key to building a personal brand. In 2022, I started my first YouTube channel and I wanted to build a personal brand for it. But I didn't know how to go about content creation on YouTube, how to make thumbnails, how to create content, and anything about content creation on YouTube. Then one time I found out there was this advice that I was given in watching a lot of videos that I should be posting more content on my channel. Then for about 3 months, I posted a lot of content. I was consistent for the whole of 3 months, posting weekly, making sure that my titles and everything that I could do was going so well. And I realized that every time I was posting content, my channel wasn't growing. I was getting frustrated. I was feeling bad that my channel wasn't growing, and later that I bet out. I spent 2 months without creating content because I tried the level best that I could, and I felt bad that despite the level of effort that I'm showing, I ended up getting 10 views, 15 views on my videos. Then later, I saw one of the channels that was grown in 30 days to 10,000 subscribers. Then I thought to myself, say, how is it possible that someone can grow from 0 to 10,000 subscribers in 1 month? It means that there's something that I don't understand. Then I thought of going to study their channel. After studying their channel, after seeing what they were doing, I realized that the way they were structuring the videos from the first to the last was using a storytelling technique that kept people hooked to their information, that kept people to engage with the content, and later on they were able to grow their brand. Then later I decided to try this storytelling technique on one of my videos, and only to realize that it worked, and I got 40K views on my next upload. And that was a realizing moment that I thought that I should start using storytelling techniques in my videos that can help me to grow my best brand. The one thing that I would like you to know about your personal brand is that people do not connect with your content and with a brand itself, but they connect with the story and the person behind it. So it's not about the message that you're giving, it's about the story or the messenger behind that message. The question that you might be asking yourself is that how do you tell better stories in your content that will help you to build a personal brand? So there are 4 elements in storytelling that you need to understand, and these are not in any structure. I'll structure them later, but for now, I'm going to explain to you the 4 elements that are going to help you to understand why story is important, and these elements, why they should be found in each and every story for you to connect with your people, for people to follow the story from the first to the last. So these 4 elements are like a recipe. If you share just about the ingredients, nobody cares. But if you share about the experience, the taste, the spices that you added to the food, people will get the zeal to come and sit at the table to enjoy that meal with you. So those who win their personal brand and the way they make their content use these 4 elements to grow their brand. And number 1 is a part that is going to help you to build connection with your audience who are watching your videos, who are viewing your posts, and whatever brand that you're trying to grow. It's because this connection is built through relatability. If people can relate to you and feel they have the same story with you, it's easier for them to build that connection and for you to, to understand who is behind that brand. And the element that you need to have and share in your content are your struggles and your vulnerability. You need to share about the things that were not going so well, to be vulnerable with on your deepest moments, on your deepest times and situations that people can connect to. Second element is an element that is going to help people, to give them the belief that their situation can change. They need to be hooked into feeling like the promise that they're given in the story, that they can achieve it also. And this is the transformation or the turning point of the story. They need to know that something had to change in your story, in your situation, for you to achieve what you achieved. So the third element is going to help your people to see the value or the benefit in your story. And this is the lesson out of a story. People need to know that there is a benefit out of the process or out of the entire story that you've been through, out of the entire story that you are telling them. And this is the third element that you need to include in your storytelling technique. So the fourth element is going to give your audience the aspiration and the belief that growth, transformation, or whatever you have achieved is possible through your story. They need to see that whatever you have achieved, whatever you've been through, they can overcome it. And you need to include the vision and the dream that you needed to achieve when you're just starting. Because it's the same thing with everyone. They have their visions, they have dreams that they need to achieve. And if they see that you are someone who had a vision, who had an end point to what you are doing, they'll start believing that their story, their struggles are worth it, and one day you're going to achieve that. But there's a strategic way that you need to employ in your storytelling techniques, that you need to use in your content. Because without this, you'll be confusing your audience and also confusing the algorithm on the platform. So you need to know the strategic way that you're going to use from the start to the finish, that you're going to keep people interested in the story and follow it from the first to the last. So there are basically 5 steps that will help you to structure this story. And I compare this story as starting a fire. So step number 1 is the spark. You need to ignite curiosity and get people interested in your story. You just don't want to start anything and people looking away from your stories. You need them to tune in and be focused and listening and be very particular about what you are saying. So number 2 is the smoke. These are some of the problems that are clouding your path, that are disturbing you, coming you. It's the same thing when you're starting a fire. The smoke will be disturbing you, but you don't stop, you continue. And in your story, this is the second part that you need to share. I need to share about the struggles so that people can feel and connect with you about the things that you've been through. They can relate to your story. And this is going to help you to build that connection, to feel like they're having the experience that you've been through, they're having it and they're experiencing it as well. And the third part is a flame. This is where the flame starts from the fire. And this is a point where people need to see that there is change and there is hope in what you've done. There is transformation. There is a point, the turning point of achieving the things that you need to achieve. There's a point in your story where you felt things were impossible. You felt things that are not going to happen, but it reached a point where things changed and they started happening for you. So this is the point that makes people to feel inspired, to believe that your story is a testament, is a testimony of what you've been going through, of what you've been striving to achieve. And if they see that you have achieved what you wanted to achieve, they'll start believing that the things that they want to achieve, they can achieve it too. The fourth part is the warmth after the fire has lit and everyone can catch the warmth from the fire. It's something that you share. It is the same thing for a story. People need to know the lesson. They need to know what they should take out of the story. What is the benefit of listening to a story? After they know and understand the benefit, it is easier for them to see that there is benefit in also going their journey. is benefiting and also taking on their stories. Step number 5 is keeping the fire alive. After the fire has lit, you need to keep it going, to keep it to last as long as possible. It's the same thing with your personal brand and in your storytelling. You need your people, your audience to start engaging, to start sharing, to start connecting with what you are sharing with them, because that is the best way that people can support you, can show up in your brand. They need to know how they can, and if there are products and services that you would like them to buy, you need to mention at the end of it. And this is how they are going to get into buying that. This is how they are going to get into subscribing and following you to build your brand. So this is how you see that when your brand is built on storytelling, you don't chase opportunities, but opportunities come and chase you. And what you should now start thinking is that people don't follow you or don't connect with your brand because of your name, because of the brand, or because of what you do. They follow you because of how you make them feel. And if you make them feel good about themselves, if you make them feel to believe, if you help them feel that they can achieve what they want to achieve, they will stick with you. But if you make them feel negative, if you make them feel in a way that they don't like, they will not stick with you. So for you to avoid that mistake, there are 5 things, hidden elements about personal branding that you need to be. And if you want to understand them, I encourage you to watch this video where I share about the 5 hidden things that most people don't see about personal branding. And I say thank you for watching this video. I hope this video helps, and I'll see you in the next.